Welcome to the pyramid of financial clarity. So what this does is it helps you to realize where you're at in your financial journey, and it helps you to realize what you need to work on right now, what your focus is, and then what your next steps should be. So it really helps to put the bigger picture into perspective. So I love using this with my financial coaching clients and prospective clients. It helps to show people where they're at and if it really is as bad as they think it is or not, and where they are in the overall order of things. So in case you don't know who I am, I'll just quickly introduce myself. I'm Mandy Thomas, and I'm the owner and online financial coach at Mandy Thomas Coaching. You might already know what a financial coach is, but if you don't, a financial coach is basically a personal trainer, but for your finances. So I help individuals and couples to reduce their anxiety around money so they have more choices, options, and opportunities in their life because they're now in a better place financially. So there's 5 levels of the financial clarity pyramid, and I'll break down each level for you. So at the very bottom of the pyramid here is somebody who doesn't have any income, and they are either needing to look for a job, maybe they are needing to, maybe they lost their job, something along those lines. And it could also be, depending on their situation, maybe someone who does need to possibly look at filing bankruptcy, very much so depending on their specific situation. The next level is the crisis mode. So at this point, they are steadily moving in the wrong direction. They feel like they don't really know where to start at improving their finances. They don't really know what the problem is that they're experiencing that's causing them to stay in this situation. They don't have any goals or a long-term vision. They feel very, very stressed all of the time. It's harder for them to sleep at night because when they're trying to go to sleep, they're thinking about their financial stress. And they're at about a 9 to a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 for feelings of overwhelm of financial stress. They're one small financial emergency away from hardship. They don't budget. There's quite a significant amount of debt, and they feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. There's no savings. They're struggling daily, and they have a lot of shame for where they're at. They feel a lot of that, and they do need a lot of help and a lot of long-term help, and they need a lot more help than just a budget and a single session. The next level is thinking small. So they take 1 step forward, but then they kind of take about 5 steps back. They are about 1 medium emergency away from financial hardship. They're living paycheck to paycheck most of the time. They're attempting to budget, but then it ends up seeming to fail. And they're in a constant cycle of debt, but trying to chip away at it. So they are caught between the crisis mode and then the just surviving mode. So they have a smaller vision of what they should be doing, but they don't really stick to it. Don't have a plan or accountability, and they don't really have a long-term vision. The next level is the surviving and maintaining. And they take about 5 steps forward, but about 1 step back. They are doing a lot of steps the right way, but they're still making mistakes quite often. And they're minor mistakes. They feel like they're staying afloat, but they're not really moving forward. They don't really have any confidence in their money or how they're managing their money. And they're about 1 major emergency away from financial hardship. They tend to do okay with their budget, and they're paying off debt and they're adding savings, but it is super slow or not really productive in seeing the results that they're wanting to see. They tend to not really have specific goals, and they're trying to pay off multiple debts at once. And it feels like they're treading water, and they have an idea of what they should be doing, but they're just not quite there yet. The next level is thinking bigger. So they take about 10 steps forward and about 1 step back. They are mostly doing everything right. They're making great headway towards their goals for paying off debt and savings, and they might not even have debt at this point in time. They feel like they could be doing more and they should be doing more, but they don't really know what it is that they could be doing. They're on a budget and they tend to stick with it fairly well. They have more goals, but they don't really know exactly what they are. They don't have the clarity in their goals, besides savings and debt. They don't really know what else they can be putting their money towards, if it's, travel, if it's giving, if it's starting a business, different things like that. And they have general goals that they're making progress towards. Their goals aren't SMART goals. They have their goals, but they don't really have deadlines or time frames for, when their debt would be paid off and for when they'll have X amount of savings for very specific goals. And they can see through their glass ceiling. They just don't know what else to do. Now, the top of the pyramid is wealth. So these people are very tuned in with their finances and their budget, and they've probably already had someone who has went through it with them and really fine-tuned it. They have the next 6 months to 1 year planned out financially, and they're on track with their goals. They are super focused on their goals. They are very intentional with their money, and they have short-term and long-term goals. They might have all their debt paid off or almost paid off, and they know when they're going to be debt-free. And a client doesn't really get to the wealth stage and then quote unquote graduate. What we do at this point is we work on even bigger goals for them. And the things that are their goals, we just start to reverse engineer that into how can we make their goals become their reality. So we're really working on those bigger things, their bigger vision, to make it come true. And the people that are in this category at this stage, this is who you would really consider to be the Joneses. These people are what you would consider to be wealthy and what a lot of us are aiming to achieve. And clients at this stage, they still get financial coaching. It just isn't as often, maybe every quarter, every 6 months, or every year, just to make sure that they're on their plan and staying accountable to it and making any tweaks that they need to. And I hope that going through this pyramid has really brought you some greater awareness of where you're at with your finances, but then also you looking at this and going, you know what, this is actually where I want to be. And I know that once you have this awareness, sometimes you can feel overwhelmed as to where to actually start with improving your money. So what actions to take, which order to take them in. There's so much information out there and there's so many different options that I know you can get into that analysis, paralysis, and that feeling of overwhelm, and then how easy it is to not take action. I offer one-on-one financial support to help clients to take this awareness that they've now gained and to get the clarity that they need with their finances as to which action steps they need to take to improve their specific financial situation and to help them not just reach their financial goals, but their life goals as well. This isn't just about your finances. This is about being able to change the quality of your life and how you live it. So I provide accountability for you to follow through with your action items, because even when you know what you need to do, you can really easily allow the obstacles that come up in your life to get in your way and to cause you to really put your finances on the back burner. But working with me, I help you to stay accountable so you are making real financial progress forward. So you're not just staying where you're at, but you truly are moving forward. If you're ready to end your financial stress that you're feeling and to really take your finances to the next level, you can get a hold of me on my website at mandythomas.com, and Mandy has 2 Y's, and you can book in for a free 15-minute call with me to talk about your specific financial situation and your goals. I honestly can't wait for you to experience your life on the other side of financial stress, which is freedom from worrying and having confidence in how you're managing your money. I really look forward to talking with you really soon.